Hello everyone, it's Hanafuda and welcome to Daytona International Speedway for today's race, the first round of the 2023 NASCAR AAA Cup Series, the Daytona 500. 50 laps around this historic super speedway, restrictor plate action, bump drafting, possibly the big one. All the things that you should definitely not be looking forward to in today's race because it's my channel. So it's probably just going to be a major bore fest. But anyways, we're going to introduce you, of course, to the 40 competitors in this season. We're going to start with our pole sitter, Regan Whitlock, driving the number 40 Coors Light Dodge. I probably don't even have to explain, because we already saw that in the lineup video, but yep, we've got Regan Whitlock. We have Eric Monaco in the number 9, starting alongside on the front row. We have Rochelle Rocky Johnson. Let me just pull up my names real fast because I think obviously Rocky Johnson is going to be the preferred form of address for the driver of the number 43. And then we have Adalberto Franco starting 4th today, the number 66. We've got the third row, we've got Vittoria Savio in the number 29 and Mathis Wells in the number 20. 4th row is R.U. Taike in the number 6, and Jack Martini, real name Giacomo, in the number 67. 4th row, I might as well just go this way anyways, because, I think you understand. Got Leroy Jenkins in the number 2, and Daniel Voiles in the number 8. Jana Fogelman in the number 88, and Antonin Charlebron in number 30. Reggie Fogelman in the number 48, and Samit Özkan in the number 12. Matthew or Mike? Matthew Burnett in the number 97, and Montero Salin in the number 45, Bob and Flobo in the 99, Amy Hicks in the 42, Annie Thomas in the 15, and Gerald Pepper in the 83, Riley Spurley in the number 10, and Ashley Schottewald in the number 41. Let's just move forward a little bit. There we go. We've got the GOAT in the number 3, and Eli Wolf in the 24. Got Gil Samaya in the 77, and Sabrino Futlego in the 17. We got Chris Harvey in the 18, and Agata Sato in the 25. Dylan Ebrahimian in the 38, and Colin Cropley in the 16. Mo Zain in the number 31. Peter McGregor in the number 22. Estacio Piquet in the number 5. Christian Bracken in the 19. Lyle Austin in the 32. Lucas Evans in the number 0. We've got Brittany White in the number 1, Patrick Smith in the 21, and rounding out the field for today's race, Harry Langestein in the 4, and Joe Allen in the 7. Again, 50 laps around Daytona. I don't think that qualifying is ever going to be a realistic indicator of who's going to win this race, because the AI draft racing at Daytona here, usually it's just, the action's a bit slow. You got, I feel like the inside line is always best. I think that when cars get shunted to the outside, they're pretty much over. The outside line never seems to get past the inside line, so obviously I'm not going to spoil the results for you, but let's just say that you're going to see a lot of people at the front of the field. And what I mean is, you're going to see the top positions, changing constantly, almost in a cycle. But yeah, just going down the backstretch here at Daytona. Just have a quick look through the field again to check out how our GOAT is doing. I believe Control 3 will pull us to him. There we are. Again, he's starting behind Ashley Schottewald and in front of Sabrino Futlego. Eli Wolf on his outside line. He really does stick out like a sore thumb in all these starting lineups, doesn't he? I'm playing through this whole pace lap here so that we can have ourselves a little bit of a calm for the storm, because I really hope that you're as entertained by this race as I was. I had a lot of fun driving this race. 50 laps around Daytona. It's not something I've really ever done before. I've done full races in the F1 game, but obviously a full race in this game would be much more taxing. Certainly would take longer, of course. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this, so I hope that you have a lot of fun watching this race. The Daytona 500 is underway. Green flag is out. Reagan Whitelock and Eric Monaco leading the field out of the tri-oval and into turn one. You can see the GOAT in the background there. I think the GOAT's performance in this race is really going to be an indicator of how exciting things get. Everybody's still running too wide out of turn two here. Off to a slow start for most of the field. Have we got any three wide action left? Doesn't look like it. Somewhere in the back of the pack you're seeing something like that. Yeah, the leaders of the race so far seem pretty content with their positions. We got three wide action already here. I really want to say Dale Jr., Mark Martin, and Tony Stewart, but those are Daniel Voiles, Aryu Taiki, and Mathis Wells. Mathis Wells falling behind now. There's Jack Martini and Antonin Charlebois to accompany him. Keep that line three wide. On to lap 2 now. Reagan Whitelock leads the first lap of the race, but she finds herself on the outside line behind, in front of Eric Monaco. And here comes Rocky Johnson to take the lead into turn 1 by a nose. She's followed by Vittoria Savio and Daniel Voiles. Seems like the GOAT is making a lot of headway so far there, getting past Jada Fogelman and Matthew Burnett. There we go. We got some three wide action there. You like that? That's Daytona for you. To the inside now to get past Samet Özkan, three wide with Jack Martini, Mathis Wells behind. Alright, that's cool. Look at that inside line. It clearly has the advantage. Rocky Johnson to lead lap 2. Again, followed by Vittoria Savio. Look at oh my days, what's her name again? Reagan Whitelock on the outside line. That's clearly not working out for her. Rocky Johnson taking that line now. Followed by Savio and Voiles. I thought there was a GOAT on the outside for a second, but you can see Adalberto Franco, Amy Hicks. Again, the GOAT making his way to the field. Started 23rd today. Scored as 11th, crossing the line. There he goes to the inside on his teammate, Charlebois. Look at Eric Monaco and Reagan Whitelock. Again, your front row starters. Now not having nearly as much luck. Of course, Savio's on the outside line now, so she's destined to fall behind a bit. But Rocky Johnson looking like leading another lap here, followed by Voiles and Leroy Jenkins. Leroy Jenkins making an aggressive move to the inside of the tri-oval? Not likely. But yeah, there's the GOAT. He's got teammates around him. But I don't think there are very many friends on this track today. Again, Rocky Johnson leading into turn 1 here. Lots of three wide stuff in the back of the field. But I think all of our attention's focused on the GOAT right now. On the inside, down the back straight. Can he get past Charlebois? He's looking at third spot right now. Bit of contact with Charlebois. Heading into turn 3 now. That could have been very shaky. We could have seen the big one right at the beginning of this race, and everybody probably would have been extremely pissed. But, you know, you got people who watch the Super Bowls for the commercials, and you got people who watch NASCAR for the wrecks. Rocky Johnson to lead another lap of this race, followed by Leroy Jenkins, number 2 car in second. And the GOAT, number 3 car in third. He's having a look on Leroy Jenkins into turn 1. Followed by Ashley Shadowald and Eli Wolf on the inside line. Again, Monaco, Whitlock, and Savio appear to be nowhere to be found now. GOAT on the inside to get past Johnson. That's your name, right? Again. It's the first few races, I just have to get used to these names. But the GOAT takes the lead. Bit comfortably. Eli Wolf having a look on Johnson on the inside line, exiting turn 4. Into the tri-oval now. The GOAT is going to lead lap 5 of this race, and that's number 20. That's Mathis Wells on the inside line. He's looking past Eli Wolf now. 3 wide with Wolf and Johnson. Wolf falling behind. Johnson managing to keep some pace. But that's Ebrahimian, followed by Harvey on the inside. That inside line again doing wonders for everybody occupying it. Ooh, things are getting shaken up with the GOAT and Wells. Wells has a lot of pace, followed by Ebrahimian and Harvey. And the GOAT not wanting to give up his lead. Anybody who watches F1 should know that despite what you might expect watching David Croft every weekend, simply yelling doesn't make the action more exciting here, but it's getting exciting now. The GOAT slipping to the outside. Mathis Wells looking for the lead now. The GOAT, bit of contact, clearly not wanting to give up that position, trying to get back into the inside line, but he can't seem to do so. That's the number 19. Who's the number 19? Christian Bracken entering the line there. Riley Spurley falling outside of it. Jana Fogelman, Stasio Piquet, then Sato and Evans on the inside now. But the GOAT's going to fall behind Mathis Wells. I think he's one of those people that subscribes to the concept from Initial D. Sometimes it's much more advantageous to be following than leading. As a leader, you are under a lot of pressure. So, I don't know, but of course, the GOAT is a carbon-based life form, and Mathis Wells is a cold piece of machinery. So, will he be easily unsettled by the GOAT? Of course, the GOAT has Ebrahimian to contend with, along with, of course, Harvey and Bracken. Harvey to the inside now, followed by Sato. Moves on to the inside line to create that two-car tandem. Seems as if the GOAT is trying to stay behind Wells there. I think he has a little bit more pace. He wants to watch and observe for a moment. This is turning into the Discovery Channel, I must say. Lap 8's completed. It's led by Mathis Wells. Let's run through your order once more. We've got Mathis Wells in the lead, the GOAT in second, Dylan Ebrahimian in third, Chris Harvey in fourth, Agata Sato in fifth. Now I must tell you that in 10 laps time, none of this will be true, but we'll get back into the clack here. Reggie Fogelman, Lucas Evans, Annie Thomas, Chase Cropley. Wow, everybody's named Chase nowadays, huh? Colin Cropley and Gerald Pepper looking like your top 10, I believe. Christian Bracken falling behind, but that's because she's on the outside line. Riley Spurley, Lyle Austin, Vittoria Savio, Jana Fogelman. You saw Simon Özkan right there. Ashley Schonewald. Yeah, again, I don't think this matters too much here. Let's see how things are going with the GOAT, and the GOAT has managed to reclaim the lead, and now Mathis Wells is on the outside line and destined to fall into no man's land. Dylan Ebrahimian and Agata Sato now looking like the people challenging the GOAT for his race lead. Sato to the inside, Ebrahimian out in front of Wells on the outside line. He's followed by his teammate Harvey, but let me tell you, that inside line is going to be the preferable one here. Lots of rookie stripes on these cars up in front here. You can see Gerald Pepper with his rookie striped car, Colin Cropley, and Lucas Evans. By the way, Cropley, if you're even watching this, you can make fun of me for calling you Chase. You can call me stupid names like Eric, I guess, because a lot of people hear my name as Eric when I try to tell them my name, and that really annoys me. On to lap 11 now. The GOAT has a little bit of a gap between himself and Sato, but that's not going to do him wonders at all. Let's have a look at where your second place starter, Eric Monaco, is. He's in the back of the field. Well, he's around the 20th position. As for Regan Whitelock, yeah, she's near the back of the field here. Antonin Charlebois, he was running up at the front, I believe, early in this race. Patrick Smith and Joe Allen languishing on their own. They seem to have gotten out of the groove at some point, clearly not having enough pace to keep up with the pack. So they're running races of their own, much slower than the leaders, and we're going to be looking to expect the GOAT to lap them in the coming laps. But yeah, there's Gerald Pepper to the inside now. Again, Evans and Sato really making the mistake of choosing that outside line. It's just not working for them. Lyle Austin is followed by Vittoria Savio, so she's back near the front. Meanwhile, the GOAT is having to fight off Gerald Pepper. He looks like he has a lot of pace. Lyle Austin to the inside. He wants to make a move. Can he get at least a bit of a nose on the GOAT's fender? He can't. But Gerald Pepper is definitely going to be languishing. Evans making it 3 wide. Back in there in the top 10 positions or so. Goat's going to hang on to his lead, but Simon Özcan now on the inside. Lyle Austin to the outside, so Austin again just giving up his dreams of challenging for the race lead here. I think Daniel Voiles is going to want to make a move on Simon Özcan. Again, lots of three-wide action in the back of the field here, but where it counts up front, the positions are really cycling all over the show. Yeah, take a look at those drafting lines. 3 wide. It's a wonder we haven't had any contact between anybody yet. Well, certainly there was contact between the Goat and Charlebois early on in the race, and then again with Wells as they were fighting for the lead. But what I meant to say is that we haven't had a crash so far, and this would be a great view. Taking a look at the back over towards turn 3, and you can't even see Patrick Smith or Joe Allen anymore, which gives you an idea of how far behind they are. And that's the Goat under pressure from... That is Daniel Voiles, right? Yep. Under pressure from Daniel Voiles. He's followed by Jaina Fogelman, Chris Harvey, who's managed to keep, again, a nose in front. And then Lyle Austin in the 5th spot. Jaina Fogelman to the inside. Daniel Voiles on the outside. Both looking for that race lead. Seems like through a lot of the turns here, the Goat is managing to eke out a decent gap, and now Voiles is going to be falling behind again. Jaina Fogelman now occupies that coveted 2nd place spot. Austin will have 3rd. He's going to move to the inside now, and he's easily going to gazump Fogelman for 2nd spot, because the inside line is king. Let's look again at where, well, I guess we should start with our pole sitter, Reagan Whitelock, 36th place. Not great. Isn't Eric Monaco faring better? Yes, he is. I believe he's in the top 10 right now. So, no idea what went wrong with Whitlock there, but again, as I've been trying to tell you, those qualifying positions don't seem to mean anything here at Daytona unless you're Patrick Smith or Joe Allen, but I suppose that must be in due part to their simply having slow cars, or just bad luck in qualifying. Yeah, Lyle Austin now has 2nd here, and Jack Martini's 3 wide with Eric Monaco and Brittany White. Brittany White up on the high line. She's, yeah, no pace there. No luck, no love. Eric Monaco up in 3rd now, followed by Aryu Taika. Jack Martini's on the outside line, so he's going to fall behind. Eric Monaco, meanwhile, to the inside, followed by Taiki and Salin, right? Yeah. Lyle Austin to the outside. Yeah, that's not going to work for him. Now Eric Monaco's making the same mistake, drifting up too high. Too high. Too far to the top. Ooh! The Goat just managing to block off Taiki here, but Taiki has a lot of pace. Did you hear the sound of another car engine? Look at Joe Allen. That's got to be quite a scary sight for the... he is a rookie. I actually didn't ask Aryu Taiki if he's a boy or girl. I know he's a big fan of Uma Musume, surely so, and that name is obviously derived in some part, I believe, from one of the characters, Taiki Shuttle. But yeah, oh, there's Joe Allen. Yeah, again, terrifying sight in his rearview mirror. Here comes the Goat. Joe Allen and the Goat, I would like to say, get along quite well. Hey Joe, what you doing? Is how I greet Joe Allen every time it's time to chat about the silly things happening in my life. Adalberto Franco, it's looking like, moving into 2nd spot there, and Joe Allen creating quite a bit of issues for the people behind him. Montero Salin to the outside. Yeah, that's not going to work out. Look at Leroy Jenkins again. He was running 2nd at some point in this race. What can I say? I think things have quieted down just a little bit. Adalberto Franco in 2nd. Daniel Voiles 3rd. Mozaine 4th. Maybe I'll just say Mozaine. That is actually easier. This is America. And that's how we say things in America. You got full-on American names like Bob and Flobo. Let's go through your... Oh, yep, that's Daniel Voiles. What kind of name is Daniel Voiles? Is that American enough? Is it American enough for you? Running through your running order, we've got Aaron Araujo, which has been mispronounced in all sorts of different ways. We have Adalberto Franco. We've got Daniel Voiles, Bob and Flobo, Eli Wolf, Mo Zane, Reggie Fogelman, Matthew Burnett, Ashley Shadowald, Leroy Jenkins, Ariu Taiki, Antonin Charlebois. I'm gonna stop. I think once again the GOAT is struggling to keep in front of Adalberto Franco here. He has a lot of pace, following right behind. Eli Wolf diving to the inside in front of his teammate Reggie Fogelman. Three-car tandem, Franco and Voiles following the GOAT. Voiles to the outside line, killing his run immediately. Eli Wolf on the inside again, followed by Fogelman, and now Ashley Shadowald. If Anthony Charlebois stays on that inside line, which he can't because Regan Whitlock is back. She was at the back of the field just a few laps ago, and now look at her up in the front. What's happened to Joe Allen? Once again, found his way to the back. Not entirely sure how that's possible, but I guess maybe it was the blue flags, which don't exist in this game. But Patrick Smith, just making up the numbers right now. What is going on with Patrick Smith? The GOAT again looking shaky, entering the tri-oval here. Trying to find some entertainment. I mean, I don't know. I have an idea. Let's ride on board with the GOAT here. Actually, let's go on board with Adalberto Franco, who's on the inside. Reggie Fogelman actually on the inside now. Franco's on the outside. That ends his long run in second spot here. Here he is right behind the GOAT. You have to look out for Patrick Smith. Which line's the GOAT going to take? It's going to eat up some of the draft. Dives to the inside. Is Patrick Smith going to file in front of Fogelman, slowing him down immensely? That's Rocky Johnson to eat up that position in place. Rocky Johnson, she was at the front as well in this race, really. But Daniel Voiles, despite electing to have the outside line at quite a few moments in this race, still finds himself near the top of the field. Looks like Smith is doing a very good job of slowing down some people, not least of which Fogelman and Franco, who are running up at the top of the field just a few laps ago, and now it looks like their look is run out. Might be good news for Whitlock and Sevilla here. We got Mathis Wells, still in Abrahamian, Aga de Santo. Santo's in 4th, Abrahamian 5th, though he's likely to lose 5th spot now to Mathis Wells, who was in 2nd again, about 10 laps ago or so. But the GOAT has held on to the lead all this time. I think he's definitely shooting for most laps led. I think he's, yeah, definitely in contention for that. I believe he's led since about lap 8. Still a long way to go here at Daytona. No caution. Cars don't have enough fuel to make it to the end of the race. So we'll see some pitting here. And if they have to do it under the green flag, that's definitely going to shake things up, especially if people start to get spread out. It becomes more difficult for the drafting lines and tandems to form. Again, the GOAT struggling at this moment to keep it in front of Johnson, and Mathis Wells once again into 3rd spot. Can find himself in 2nd again, potentially. Sevilla back near the front of the field, 4th spot. Oh, but she's on the outside, so okay. Antonin Charlebois and Lyle Austin conversely looking like having a lot of pace. Chris Harvey again at the front. Gil Samaya and Samit Özkan. I don't believe we've seen them up front for a while. But yeah, the GOAT weaving between the inside and outside line here, electing to have that inside in front of Mathis Wells. Getting a little loose. Few inches and he could have easily gotten turned around. That could have been our big one right there. Cross flags mean we're halfway home. Lyle Austin to the inside, followed slightly by Chris Harvey. The GOAT again bobbing and weaving as we head into turn 3. Antonin Charlebois making his way up a few spots, but yeah, that's not working out. Yeah, again, look at Sevilla outside the top 10 now. And there's Daniel Voiles again. What are you people thinking? On board once again with Mathis Wells, we can get an idea of the tactics that the GOAT is using to keep that lead. You can see just how close their bumpers are. Say hello to the Goodyear blimp and all the fans on the backstretch here. Let's have a look at your lap times, actually. Fastest lap is Eric Monaco, then Adalberto Franco, Sabrina Futlego, who we haven't really noticed in this race at all. Christian Bracken, Jana Fogelman, Reagan Whitlock, Mathis Wells, who's running 7th right now, not 7th, 2nd, right behind the GOAT, as you can see. Then there's Rocky Johnson, Gil Samaya, and Lucas Evans. That's for the GOAT's laps, pretty consistent. Underneath 48 seconds. Not bad at all, but Mathis Wells on that outside line now. Eric Monaco's back in the clack. I just stole Shazaria's line. Most of my jokes are stolen anyways. Mostly from Into the Barrier, along with a lot of my British slang. But yeah, that's how that goes. Mathis Wells had another shot at the lead, but he's let it all go because he's on the outside line now. Starting lap 28 here, Eric Monaco is now challenging for 2nd spot. Eric Monaco definitely having one of the best super speedway cars, I think. But of course, if he goes into that outside line, it'll be all for naught. I'm not sure if anybody's noticed in this race, if you've been watching this far, but that outside line doesn't work. Don't believe there's been a single point in this race where a significant challenge for the lead was made on the outside line. Indeed, when the GOAT lost the lead to Mathis Wells briefly early in this race, that was because he slid to the outside, but now he is hugging that inside line, making it his own. Trying to close the door here. Montero Salin to the inside line now. Eric Monaco just runs over. He'll beat him to the line for 2nd. He'll beat Montero Salin, I mean. But Salin's followed by Sevilla. Sevilla wants that inside line. And she's going to get it, followed by Samuel Özkan. Eric Monaco, can he maintain the pace? Look at Antonin Charlebois. He's still in the action. Of course, he's on the outside line, but there are ample opportunities for him to fight his way to the inside. Obviously, easier said than done, but yep, now we've got the GOAT, followed by Salin, Sevilla, Özkan, and Martini, who again finds himself at the front of the field. Bob and Floba there, another name that we haven't mentioned very much, but look, Adalberto Franco, again, near the front. Ebrahimian, he was up in a decent amount of... He was up near the front of the field a while ago. Almost 3 wide entering turn 3 there. Again, Sevilla to the outside. Clearly doesn't, listen to my advice. What a shame. Özkan has 2nd now. He's followed by Jack Martini. Montero Salin to the outside. Is that going to work for him? No! And Joe Allen still languishing in last place. Estacio Piqué. He was near the back. He was at the back of the field, but it seemed that he was keeping up with them. Now it seems that he's suffering the same fate as Allen and Smith. Starting lap 31 here, 20 laps to go in the Daytona 500. We are half an hour into this video, so if you're still watching, I'm quite grateful because, yeah, you are just watching a bunch of cars turn left, in the typical old-fashioned way. But I mean, look at this: Adalberto Franco once again in 2nd spot, and once again getting gazumped on the inside. This time by Matthew Burnett, who hasn't been at the front of the field thus far in the race. Samit Özkan again, and Jack Martini. up in front of Salin and Sevilla, who made the perennial mistake of not hugging that inside line the way the GOAT has been trying his damnedest to, and now Amy Hicks is going to get past Matthew Burnett, and Matthew Burnett's run at the lead ends as quickly as it began, frankly. Mosane now, followed by Gerald Pepper, Peter McGregor, another face that we haven't seen up front this race so far, Eli Wolf, and Riley Spurley. Mentioning the people on the inside line here because they're the ones who actually have a chance of gaining positions here so far. Asher Shadowald, Colin Cropley. Again, his name's not Chase Cropley. Eric Monaco forced to the inside, 3 wide. Oops, I was hitting the wrong button there. And yeah, Eric Monaco is going to fade into obscurity. And the GOAT is going to lead another lap of this 50-lap race. Getting towards the business end now, as they say. Amy Hicks almost having a look to the inside. The GOAT sliding up a bit too much. Able to file back in front before things got too hairy. Okay, let's look at these lap times here. The GOAT still has very consistent lap times here. Very nice stuff. Again, that's sort of what you expect. But he only has the 36th fastest lap on track. But he's separated, to be fair, by only 4 or 5 tenths of a second. As you can see, Patrick Smith and Joe Allen are very much off the pace, but now actually look at Brittany White in the back of the field. She's 38th fastest in this race, and now she's Aru Taike making a pit stop. Again, Brittany White falling behind the field here, but Taike's in the pits now, so I think we may be seeing the leaders making their green flag pit stops. Still no caution in this race, obviously, thus far. But yeah, these lap times are very close together all over the field. Yeah, Amy Hicks must have fallen behind, and now it's Gerald Pepper who's challenging for the lead, I say, as Mosane takes the inside line in front of Riley Spurley. And, yep, what did I tell you? Qualifying positions didn't seem to matter for much. The GOAT dives into the pits, and it's going to be between Zane and Pepper. Pepper leads the lap. The GOAT has entered the pits, and it seems that he's going to take 4 tires and a full tank of gas, despite it not being necessary. We're going to see just how well this gamble pays off for him. Patrick Smith, I believe that's unlapping himself fundamentally. Estacio PK there. 15.5 second pit stop for the GOAT. Probably not the best that he could have hoped for, but here's Gerald Pepper again, maintaining the lead thus far. We're going to see some of our front runners diving into the pits. Yes, we are. Who are those names right there? Oh dear. Come on. Lucas Evans, Bob and Flobo, Lyle Austin. Those are Eric Monaco and Gil Samaya into the pits. We'll see if their early pit stops pay off for them. You can see how quickly Evans got out of his pit stall there. Same with Austin. Gil Samaya a bit slower on his in his pit stop there. Evans just making it past Flobo, but again, let's have a look back at our leaders here. Eli Wolf has occupied the lead of this race in place of Gerald Pepper. He might want to go around and try to lead a lap if he has enough fuel to make the move. You can see Aru Taike there entering turn 4. He's going to make things difficult for the leaders, no doubt. Eli Wolf and Ashley Shadowald staying out. Wolf to lead the lap. There's the GOAT. He's a lap down, obviously, but you can see quite a few people remaining out, but definitely a number coming into the pits there. There's Pepper, Spurley, Fogelman, Voiles, Martini, Burnett, Ebrahimian. There's another Fogelman? Yeah. Cropley, Sato, Allen. Who else did we not mention? Did we mention Burnett? Both Fogelmans, Jenkins. Yeah, Johnson. Okay, yeah, this really doesn't give us a good idea of what the lead situation's looking like. What the lead situation's looking like is Ashley Shadowald taking the lead from Eli Wolf, but are they going to come into the pits this time by? It seems that they are. The GOAT getting past them. believe that these guys up here still have not pitted either. So Zane, Hicks, Özkan, McGregor, Salin, and Thomas. I believe that they still have not entered the pits. Franco, Sevilla, Whitlock into the pits. Wells, Charlebois, Futlego, Harvey as well. Brittany White. I believe that's more or less everybody accounted for then. Here's the GOAT catching up to R.U. Taiki, who I believe he's fighting for position. But I believe that for the time being, Amy Hicks is your leader, but it looks like this field of cars will be the last to make their pit stops under the green flag. That's definitely going to shake things up. I believe it's going to take quite a lot of running the numbers to figure out who's actually leading this race. Are they all going to dive into the pits? Yes, they are. Annie Thomas as well, S.p.A, Eli Wolf, and Ashley Schadewald exiting the pits. Wolf getting ahead of Schadewald, who briefly took the lead from him. There's Joe Allen a lap down. Riley Spurley, Colin Cropley, Gerald Pepper getting back up to speed here. I believe they actually have managed to do so far, but they're definitely going to be hoping to create some drafting lines once again. Reggie Fogelman fighting Bob and Flobo in turn 4. Here are Franco, Futlego, Austin, Bracken, Voiles, White, and Charlebois. Let's see who's the race leader here. Amy Hicks scored as the leader of that lap, but she comes out behind Zane and Özkan. Eli Wolf coming up on the lapped car of Joe Allen. There are Schadewald, Pepper to the inside of Spurley, trying to take advantage of the lap traffic. Cropley and Evans, so I believe that this will indeed be your front pack. It does make sense, right? Not quite sure. Okay, so we do have your leaders here. Eli Wolf has the lead now. Ashley Schadewald in second spot. Gerald Pepper third. Colin Cropley fourth. Lucas Evans fifth. Riley Spurley sixth. Reggie Fogelman seventh. I keep wanting to say Ryan. Sorry. Mo Zane eighth. Bob and Flobo ninth. And Summit Özkan running on the top 10. Then we have Amy Hicks, Lyle Austin, Daniel Voiles, Christian Bracken, Adalberto Franco, Sabrina Futlego, Peter McGregor, Anthony Charlebois, Annie Thomas, Matthew Burnett, Montero Salin, Harry Langestein, Mathis Wells, Dylan Ebrahimian, Agata Sato, Jack Martini, Eric Monaco, Brittany White, Jana Fogelman, Gil Samaya, under pressure from the GOAT, who has the outside line, so that's definitely not good for him at all. R.U. Taiki, Leroy Jenkins, Rocky Johnson, Chris Harvey, and Reagan Whitelock, and Vittoria Sevilla. Patrick Smith, Estacio PK, and Joe Allen, of course, who finds himself again behind the leaders. What's happened to Schadewald here? Schadewald must have had that outside line for a moment because, yeah. Guess what? It's not doing her wonders. Joe Pepper probably not having a good time in second spot there either, because he's going to get gazumped for that position by Lucas Evans. I think this time Lucas Evans is really going to be wanting a challenge for the race lead. There he goes! Wolf beats him to the line, but Evans has the inside line. Yeah, that seemed like a foregone conclusion. We got two Pontiacs in the top two spots here. Lucas Evans, supported by Riley Spurley. Gerald Pepper to the inside line once again. Ashley Schadewald back on the inside. Again, these people seem to have had some sense knocked into them. Lucas Evans trying to eke out a gap from Gerald Pepper. Spurley making the mistake, of course, of not reclaiming that inside line. So Lucas Evans, your new race leader. I wonder how things are going with the GOAT. There he is. Very nice. Yeah, 32nd place. Not great. To the inside. Ooh, contact with Johnson. nearly sending her into Peter McGregor there at the top. Look at Mathis Wells. Again, one of the people challenging for the race lead with the GOAT, the man he was dueling for a good chunk of this race on 2 separate occasions. The GOAT, again, who had led so many laps this race, finding himself at the back of the field. What a disappointing time. Christian Bracken's bumper there. That sounded a bit more sensual than it should have. Lucas Evans still leading. Reggie Fogelman supported by teammate Eli Wolf. Ashley Schonewald again on the outside line. Yeah. How about Estacio Piqué trying to help out his teammates? Evans stuck behind him. Oh no, now Piqué's in front of Fogelman. That's not the man he was supposed to be blocking here, but that inside line is like what? It's like the speed up panels in the Mario Kart games. Fogelman in the lead, followed by teammate Eli Wolf. Let's go back to the GOAT. He's spinning. We have a caution out. What has gone wrong here? Oh dear. Finally, we have a caution. That's Brittany White engine smoking. She looks like she's out of this race. Is the GOAT. Finally under caution here at Daytona. Let's have a look at what went wrong here. Okay. So, 3 wide, almost 4 wide. The GOAT getting into Burnett there, making contact with Hicks. Burnett gets sent down the racetrack. Turns the GOAT into Hicks. Lego got collected. Hicks's car riding the sidewall, and the GOAT spins around. White gets collected there. Samaya got a touch. Yeah, look at Amy Hicks's car there. Absolutely destroyed. Again, riding into that catch fence. I'd say it's a miracle that it didn't get shredded to pieces, but this is NASCAR Racing 2003 season. What you expect? I think Burnett and Samaya didn't ultimately get off with too much damage in that turn there. Yeah. That's Amy Hicks's race over. Let's focus on Samaya here, see if we can get an idea of what was going on from his perspective. Okay, what am I doing? Well, there's Lego again. This might just give us a good view in general. Yeah, the GOAT into turn 3. And then spinning down the inside of the track. I think Harvey I think Harvey managed to escape unscathed. But as for White, no such luck there. Let's just take a look at this one more time. See if we can go on board with Mathis Wells here. Get us an indication of coming together. And the yellow flag is thrown for that incident in turns 3 and 4 on lap 44 of this race. Pace car is out. Estacio Piqué passes the pace car. As you can see, Reggie Fogelman is your race leader. Eli Wolf had 2nd place, Lucas Evans 3rd, Riley Spurley 4th, and Ashley Schonewald 5th, followed by Pepper, Cropley, Özkan, Monaco, and Charlebois. Allen finding himself in the in amongst the leaders there, and the GOAT coasting. His engine's off. That's got to be absolutely heartbreaking. He did so well this race. Just extremely unlucky with the pit stops, I think. And now he's out of the action. Good stuff for Fogelman, I suppose. Lap 46, still under caution. Lap 47, still under caution. Lap 48, lights are off on the pace car. So, when we go green again, we will have 2 laps. The GOAT is back onto the track. He's managed to get his damage repaired. I think his engine's definitely not going to be performing at peak capacity, but he is coming back. I can't speak today. He's coming back onto the track to complete this race. Can he find himself at the back of the racing line before the pace car comes around? So again, Fogelman, Wolf, Evans, Spurley, Schonewald, Pepper, Cropley, Uskan, Monaco, Charlebois, Abrahamian, Zane, Martini, Jenkins, Flobo, Taiki, Franco, Austin, Salin, and Voiles. Those are your top 20. Then we have Johnson, Fogelman, Wells, Bracken, Thomas, Langestein, McGregor, Sato, Harvey, Burnett, Samaya, Whitlock, Sevilla, Smith, PK, and Lego. I believe that, yeah, Smith is a lap down. I believe there was someone else here who was actually a lap down among this mix. But yeah, the GOAT's coming right back around. He's a lap down, definitely. Yeah, so, let's see. Joe Allen again, he's 2 laps down. And Amy Hicks and Brittany White have both retired from the race, effectively. Well, not really. They were crashed off. So, 38 cars left on the track. About to go green here. Close to the 50-minute mark, I believe we'll be done here in under an hour. Pace car comes in. Everybody in the stands at Daytona International Speedway on their feet. Green flag flies once more. Next flag will be the white. And then after that, the checkered, barring any cautions. Everybody back up to speed. Very slowly here. Things shuffling already. People entering 2 lines. People moving to the inside, not least of which Shadowvault, who's in 5th spot right now. Probably going to have no difficulty whatsoever getting past Burley here. Fogelman, supported by Wolf, 2 Hendrick cars. Evans, though, he had the lead. Just before the pit stops, there he goes to the inside. Doesn't have much support drafting-wise, but everybody's still getting up to speed. So can he get past Wolf entering turn 2? Shadowvault's right behind now. She's supported by Pepper. Spurley falling into oblivion. Number 16 Granger car. Colin Cropley. Definitely not named Chase. He's having a look as well. White flag is out. Eli Wolf has fallen into oblivion. There you go. Fogelman still has the lead. But Evans and Shadowvault, either of them, could possibly have a look. Evans making this move now into turn 1. The outside line's going to do in Fogelman here. Evans has the lead now. Shadowvault to the inside now. Gerald Pepper as well. Down the back stretch. Here comes Shadowvault. Evans is gone. All up to Pepper now. Into the tri-oval, towards the line. Can Pepper beat Shadowvault? He can't. Ashley Shadowvault wins the Daytona 500. And what a showing from the Chip Ganassi cars today. Of note for Chip Ganassi today, Ashley Shadowvault won the race. Reagan Whitlock started on pole, and Amy Hicks crashed out. Oh boy. As you can see, the GOAT there just able to cross the line with his heavily damaged car, running at 154 miles an hour. Of course, the leaders slowing down on the cooldown lap here, but oh boy, try to tell me that was not exciting. So, how'd practice go? Practice was very cloudy, so the lap times in general were much faster than in the race itself. Sabrina Footlager there with the fastest lap. Of course, this accounting for all the drafting in tandems going on. Again, qualifying, probably not too indicative of anything, but you can see that Smith, Langestein, and Allen were off the pace. Look at Lucas Evans again. A lot of these guys who started near the back of the field ended up being at the top near the end. Of course, you know, the pit stops and the caution certainly played into that a bit, but now we have your official standings. Everybody back into the pits now. Ashley Shadowvault wins the race today. Average speed 165.042 miles an hour. Gerald Pepper, as you can see, just under 0.05 of a second slower to the line. So he takes second place today. Dylan Abrahamian third. Lucas Evans fourth. I believe that makes him the highest mover. Again, he started 36th place today and found himself in fourth right near the end. believe he led a few laps as well, so an extra 5 points for him. Jack Martini, 5th spot today. Reggie Fogelman, Samet Özkan, Eric Monaco, Leroy Jenkins, and Eli Wolf will round out your top 10. Ari Utaike, Colin Cropley, Bob and Flobo, Riley Spurley, Adalberto Franco, Montero Salin, Mathis Wells, Jana Fogelman, Rocky Johnson, and Daniel Voiles, the rest of your top 20. We've got Annie Thomas, Christian Bracken, Lyle Austin, Harry Langestein, Agata Sato, Antonin Charlebois, Mo Zane, Peter McGregor, Chris Harvey, and Vittoria Savio, 21st through 30th there. Estacio PK, Regan Whitlock, your pole sitter, Matthew Burnett, Sabrina Footlego, and Gil Samaya, last year lead lap finishers. Patrick Smith and the GOAT came home a lap down today. Joe Allen 2 laps down, and of course Amy Hicks and Brittany White were crashed off on lap 44. So yeah, let's take a look at my lap times here. Pretty consistent for the most part, right until my crash, obviously. But yeah, again, this was a lot of fun. Very challenging for me, and I was proper heartbroken when I got crashed off. I was just racing hard. It's just a racing incident, you know. I don't think I deliberately caused a crash. I want to stress that it was not my intention to cause a crash. I wanted to get back and make up these positions. I kind of got stuck on the outside line after the pit stops. So yeah, not great. Again, yeah, I led most of the race. I really wanted that race win, but guess I have to settle for 37th today. So good job to Ashley Schonewald. Managed to beat, Evans, Wolf, and Fogelman. And look at Wolf there. He was in 2nd spot. Ended up coming home 10th. Reggie Fogelman, possibly just as heartbroken as hell. And Gerald Pepper as well. That'll be fair. Of all the people challenging me for the race win in 2nd position, Gerald Pepper was the one to actually finish 2nd. So good on him then. Ashley Schonewald ekes out a win at Daytona. Next race, the Subway 400 at North Carolina Speedway, The Rock in Rockingham. Let's take a look at your standings. As you can see, yeah, I think everything here is there's a few ties here and whatever. Let's take a look at your laps completed. I don't even get to go for the laps completed award because I only completed 49 laps, of course. But yeah, as for laps led, I did end up leading most of the laps. So I do manage to get those extra 5 points, I think. Yeah. But Reggie Fogelman led 6 laps, Eli Wolf 4, Rocky Johnson 3, Gerald Pepper, Lucas Evans, and Mathis Wells 2. And as you can see, Mo Zane, Regan Whitelock, and Amy Hicks all led 1 lap. But for Ashley Schonewald, it mattered the most. So all 3 Chip Ganassi cars leading a lap today. Good stuff there. So there are your standings. They pretty much echo the finishing results. As you can see, got 10 extra points here, so I'm in 34th despite finishing 37th today. So yeah, obviously it's Daytona. It's gonna, be a heavily anticipated race. You expect a lot of excitement or whatever. Hopefully we can get the same from the next race, which hopefully comes out, at some point next week. Who knows how exciting that'll be. How many laps is that? 99 laps. That's definitely going to be quite a piece of endurance action for me. Is that even correct? It's supposed to be 99 laps? Not sure. But anyways, it's been Hanafuda. It's been a time and a half, an honor. Hope you enjoyed the race. Again, congratulations to Ashley Schonewald. Hopefully you guys were entertained. Hopefully you're not too disappointed if you didn't get the results you were hoping for today. But I mean, again, just the AI at Daytona Talladega. That outside line don't work for him. Rockingham, we have none of that issue. We're going to have some real proper racing. So hope you guys look forward to that. So I will see you in the next video.